Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is May 2nd, 2019, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, as you could say, we are in the eye of the storm. Yesterday was FOMC. Tomorrow is NFP. We had a couple of major economic corporations that came out with earnings this past week, including Google and Apple. And today we have another major number coming out of England at 1 o'clock South African time. We have an official bank rate vote that's coming out. Now that's going to be followed with a press release from Governor Carney, who will be speaking about it. Now the GBP has relatively been stronger versus the USD versus the other currencies versus the USD. We'll take a look at that in just a moment, but let's take a recap of what's been going on. Yesterday, FOMC came out with some warning signs about inflationary issues. As a result, the Dow Jones went down. The dollar got a little bit stronger versus most of the currencies besides the GBP, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, it sold off to support, like I told you guys yesterday. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. And the JSE continues to bounce, and the DAX retraces as well. So that's a kind of a shift in the market as we go into May, and the saying goes, sell in May and go away. Okay, that's a famous saying on Wall Street where you would sell your stocks or your positions in May and wait until September until things cook up again. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case this year, but looking at commodities as well, gold retraces back to the lower edge. Oil is pretty much unchanged. And lastly, looking at the stocks, ALCOA, okay, which I mentioned to you guys about a few weeks ago, which was really important to look, broke support at that $26 range. We'll go take a look at that. And Apple gapped up, but then sold off, okay? It's still above its gap, but let's see if it could still sustain that upper limit and continue going higher. But let's take a look from today's trading and see what we can expect. So we're taking a look here at the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart, and as you can see, we've pretty much really respected this downwards trend line. Okay, we hit this 112.45-ish level, 49-ish level, and then sold off quite sharply down to 11.97. Okay, 50 pip retracement there for the dollar, getting stronger versus the euro. Now we're in somewhat of about an upside down head and shoulders. That would be the head, this would be one shoulder, and this would be the subsequent shoulder. So this is really probably or possibly a bullish formation. Okay, I don't want to celebrate it too soon, but if it does hold this line, we may see it bounce back to this trend line and possibly break it. Okay, now the only thing that's going to catalyst us higher is really the GBP. And let's take a look at that. The GBP broke that trend line, whereas the euro respected the trend line and sold off. Okay, so this may be a leading indicator going in today's official bank rate vote. Okay, so if it doesn't break below 130, if it sustains this level, we could see a trade sideways, at least for now. Okay, I don't want to celebrate it too soon, but at least for now, it has that type of formation. Okay, it could have been rallied higher in order to take it lower later. That's always a possibility, and that does happen often. Okay, so I don't want to go into any positions here, but if you see that there's a shift in the market and it's getting lower, possibly it'll continue breaking. Okay, so this is really an important level for the GBP versus the USD. It got stronger to 133 from 126-ish level, and it's right in between that. And it's really having this really tug of war between these two levels because of Brexit, because of some of the economic situation in Europe right now. And so things are a little bit hazy when it comes to the GBP. Now, jumping into gold, we saw that sell off back to its support level at 1270. Okay, if the Dow Jones doesn't lift today, this may actually bounce. It might find itself trading between 1270 and 1296, and that's what I would be looking in terms of there. Now, looking at that Dow Jones, this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. If we did sell off, which we did, we bounced off of our low of 300-ish level, 366-ish level, and we sustained our support level. Okay, this is a decent support level. We're trading a little bit higher here, and this may be the reactionary move. Okay, and the counter reactionary move would be a correction on the upside, and that's what I'd be looking to look for. Now, you're looking for the FANG stocks to take you higher because some of the traditional stocks are taking us somewhat lower. The banks were relatively still sustainable yesterday. They didn't break out too low. If we look at the Bank of America yesterday, you could see that stock. It sold off, but it didn't sell off like ALCOA did, okay? And this is really what a little bit frustrates me, because when I look at ALCOA, which is a major corporation in the United States, it's the one that provides aluminum to the United States. It's one of the biggest ones it does. And so it's really a very big barometer to let us know where consumer confidence is going, if consumers are purchasing new washing machines, automobiles, etc. Okay, all that steel stuff, all that metal stuff is coming from this company. So all that said, this is why I'm adding so much weight to Alcoa. And as you can see, we broke this lower area 2656 yesterday into this 2598ish area. Okay, so this may have breached it just for the day in order to take us higher. Okay, back in December when we were trading our lows, it wasn't trading so much higher from here. So this is why I'm getting mixed signals in the market as to the direction of where the Dow is going to go next. Now, if I jump to Apple, this is what I was talking about. A big gap up yesterday from $200 a share up to $214 and then selling off to 210. It's got to maintain this open price, okay, this gap up for it to be a bona fide strong gap up, okay? So if it does breach it, we may expect it to see it fill that gap, okay? And this is where we say sell in May and go away, okay? This is the type of scenario that we're in. So with that said, there is some cautionary tale in the market, so just be aware of it, but there's still a couple of opportunities, especially going to the GBP later today and into NFP yet tomorrow. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.